Welcome to another episode of Sports and Discourse with your host, Derek Stevenson. And listen, Steph Curry did it last night against the New York City Knicks. He passed Ray Allen for all-time three-pointers made. And Ray Allen was sitting on the record with 2,973 threes made in 1,300 games. And Steph eclipsed him with 2,974 in 789 games. So that is way faster. And man, who knows? There's no telling how many threes he's gonna be sitting on by the time he hangs it up. Nobody's ever really shot the volume of threes that Steph Curry takes with the ability to shoot 40 to 50% from three. I think it's fair that we have to say Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. But it's not necessarily saying that other guys aren't capable of shooting as good as him. Like, I think Ray Allen is as good of a three-point shooter as Steph. But to be able to hit 10 plus threes in any given night, that's just something that you just never seen before. And Steph Curry he's just one of those players that he's just a generational talent that came through and completely changed the way the NBA game is played. If you look at today's game, like, you would never see so many teams just having 3-point bomb contests. I remember back when the Dallas Mavericks was trying to get their championship, they ended up winning one against the Miami Heat. But I remember when Avery Johnson was coaching, he kept encouraging Dirk to stop shooting as many threes. And Dirk, everybody knows Dirk is one of the best shooters that we've ever seen as well. But Avery Johnson was trying to tell him, like, bring it in a little bit and you probably be more efficient. And in most people's cases, that's going to always ring true. The closer you are, the more efficient you're going to be. But here comes Steph Curry. And then you have even, some other players that have even taken after him. You can throw James Harden in there. You can throw Damian Lillard. Several guys like that are just capable of hitting 7 to 10 threes on any given night. And most people wouldn't even dare attempt. Most people, you attempting more than 3 threes a game, like, you got to be a real legit shooter. Otherwise, you hurting the team. And these boys just come out the gate, man, and they doing 3 a quarter like it ain't nothing. And it's just amazing, actually, to see where the game has went. It's basically made the NBA where, they used to say you live by the 3, you die by the 3, which is still true to a degree. But nowadays, a whole lot more teams live by the 3. And good shooting teams are able to get the championship now. Even big men now want to shoot a lot of threes. And it just made the game where, like, the leads aren't even safe anymore. Like, you can be up by 20 points, but if the team gets hot, and starts hitting threes, they can knock 20 points off the board in, probably 10 minutes. And it's just getting to the point now where it's like, I feel like shooting has become so much of a priority that you even have people like, for instance, J.J. Redick was a specialist. I think he got a $26 million a year contract one time, just because he can shoot the 3. Like, if you can shoot the 3 around 42% or higher, you're going to be in high demand now. And you're going to make some money. You don't even have to be a superstar, but you're going to make some money. I mean, that's what the NBA is looking for. They're looking for guys that can string it up. And Steph Curry he's just proven that he's the best at it. If if you let him go, if you give him the green light, he's gonna hit a lot of threes. And speaking of that, man, we got to give a lot of credit to Steve Kerr because, like I had just mentioned, a lot of coaches was discouraging players to shoot threes, and Steve Kerr kind of just was like, "Hey, man, do what you gotta do," and it worked out because you know when he first took over the job at Golden State, they were up and coming, but they weren't quite there yet, and they had more of a hard nosed coach with Mark Jackson, and they probably were going to still end up being successful, but I don't know if they would have ended up being this successful or not. I mean, we never know. But when Steve Kerr came in, he just kind of let them boys go. And that goes for Klay Thompson. He even let Draymond Green, like he just let them boys start shooting the ball. And you know, everybody's already seen when you get Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and then they added Durant. When you get 3 shooters on your team like that, and you let them go, you let them shoot 20 plus threes a game, 20 to 30 threes a game, you probably gonna win a lot of games. Cause them boys are just gonna hit a lot of shots. And man, we gotta salute Steve Kerr for unleashing the beast. And we gotta salute Steph Curry, man. I just never seen anything like it. And I know recently Steve Kerr had compared Steph Curry to Michael Jordan. And there's a lot of people that are probably like, "Oh, that's crazy! Like, I can't believe he would do that." But I honestly, and disclaimer, anybody that doesn't know, I'm a super MJ stan. Like Michael Jordan, and then everybody else is under him. That's just how I get down. But I definitely think it's a fair statement for Steve to make when comparing the two players because Michael Jordan was just so exciting to watch. And Steph Curry's the same way, man. Like right now, if somebody just asked me, said you could get courtside tickets to go watch any player play in the NBA right now, I'm going to watch Steph Curry. And I'm going to be super hyped watching him hit probably 7 to 10 threes. He might go for 50. Like, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I mean, he does it. He gives it to you any kind of way you want it. Like, he going to give it to you from the corner, from the top of the key. He going to spot up and hit him. He going to do it off the dribble. He going to shoot him from the logo. Before the game even starts, he's going to be shooting them from the tunnel. He's going to go up in the lower arena and shoot 3. Like, he's just going to be hitting threes from everywhere. Like, he might throw a couple in from the parking lot. Like, you just never know. Like, whenever he got the ball in his hand, long range, he's going to shoot and he's going to hit. And that's why I think it's a fair comparison, man. He's just one of those special players. And I had posed a question in a Facebook group, Kentucky Beyond the Game Facebook group. Shout outs to them. If you're not a part of that group, go join that group. But I had posed the question, is Steph Curry in or out of your top 10? And I'm talking all-time players, not just point guards. And a lot of people had him out of their top 10, which I think is kind of fair. I think you could probably name 10 guys right now and keep him out. I think he probably falls somewhere around 12 to 13. But I don't know how much longer you're going to be able to keep him out, man. I mean, this year, it's looking like he could add another MVP. It's looking like he might have the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. If he wins another championship, he'd be sitting on number 4. The one thing that he definitely would have to do is he would have to get the finals MVP. I mean, it would just be unfortunate for a player like him to have played in so many finals and never end up with a finals MVP. But man, it would be a special year to see that boy do all of that. And you know me, I'm usually just a bandwagon fan at this point. I don't really have any specific teams outside of Kentucky Wildcats. University of the Kentucky Wildcats. Outside of that, I don't really have any allegiances to any teams in any sports specifically. So I just bandwagon every year. And I kind of been on the Bulls bandwagon this year. I like the Bulls. I like what they doing over in the Eastern Conference. I was happy to see Lonzo, switch over to another team. It seemed like he's been utilized more correct. And they got some older guys that's coming back to life, like DeMar DeRozan, and they got some stars that never really get the credit, like Zach LaVine. Like I like that young group of players. So I definitely been supporting the Bulls all season. But I'm about to have to jump over to this Warriors bandwagon, man. Like the Warriors is looking real good. Steph is doing his thing. And it's just always amazing when you get to see guys break records. And this one is going to be crazy for me because, they always say records are made to be broken. But I just don't know if anybody will ever catch this boy by the time he's done. Because I could see him potentially getting, I mean, who knows what the number's going to be. Like, is it going to be on 4,000? Like, does he got a shot to do 4,000? Like, he might. I mean, you just don't know. You have to wait and see, man. But I just don't know if anybody will be able to catch this boy. Like, it would have to take a supreme shooter to get in the perfect situation with a coach that allows him to just freely shoot the ball and be as good as he is. And I just don't know if you'll ever see that again. It's just wild, man. But anyways, man, I'm gonna go on and wrap it up, man. But y'all let me know, man. How did y'all feel about Steph Curry? First, how y'all feel about him breaking the record? How did you feel about him, as a player? Do you think he's top 10? Or do you think he's more in the like 15 to 20 range? Like, let me know just let me know what your feeling is about Steph Curry and what he's been able to accomplish in his NBA career thus far. And we'll get back at it next time.